All right, let's talk about AI and healthcare. We're going to dive deep into one of the biggest health systems on the planet, the NHS, because it's going through this huge transformation with AI. And yeah, the promise is incredible, but what we're about to see is that the real story, well, it's not just about the cool tech.
I mean, you've seen the headlines, right? AI is going to revolutionize medicine. It's helping read medical scans faster, it's automatically writing up those boring clinical notes, and it's supposed to save doctors and nurses from drowning in paperwork. And for a long time, that was the whole story. Speed, cool new features. But now, something's changing. Something really fundamental.
And this quote, this one really nails it, is from a recent poll by Black Book Research. It says NHS buyers are moving from just experimenting to setting real procurement standards. What does that mean? It means the let's just try it out phase is over. No more small pilots, no more flashy demos just for the sake of it. The NHS is getting serious, really serious. They're not just playing with AI anymore, they're creating the rulebook for how to actually buy and use it.
So, what does that actually look like in the real world when a system as massive and as critical as the National Health Service decides to go all in on AI? What becomes the #1 thing they care about? I'll give you a hint. It's probably not what you're thinking.
The new buzzword, the one thing that's coming up in every single conversation about buying this stuff, is governance. And governance, it's everything. It's what separates an AI tool that looks slick in a PowerPoint from one you can actually safely use with a real live patient.
And that brings us to this brand new term you're going to hear a lot, procurement-ready AI. It's not enough for an AI to just be smart anymore. Nope. Now it has to be provably safe from day one. It has to be totally auditable so you can see everything it did. You have to be able to monitor it after it's deployed, and you have to show with hard evidence that it works, not just once, but over and over again. The bar has been raised a lot. And listen, this isn't some fuzzy, abstract concept. We're talking about a literal checklist. Buyers are showing up and asking, where's your clinical safety case? Can you show me a clear audit trail? What's your plan for running this thing long-term? How does it fit into our workflow? And where's the repeatable evidence? If you can't tick those boxes, you're not even in the game. That's the new price of admission. So why the big shift? Well, a recent poll of digital leaders inside the NHS gives us a super clear answer. The data here tells a really interesting story about what these buyers are demanding before they'll even take a meeting.
And the message they're sending is, well, it couldn't be more direct. Forget the fancy features, forget the promises of efficiency. The #1, top of the list, absolute priority is patient safety. It's non-negotiable. It's the starting point for every single conversation.
And just look at how widespread this is. It's kind of staggering. 83% of these leaders call clinical safety a hard gate. What's a hard gate? It means if a company can't prove their AI is safe before they sign anything, the door slams shut. Conversation over. Done.
Okay, so what do they actually want to use AI for? The biggest thing is automating documentation. Drafting patient summaries, taking notes during a consultation. That's a huge pain point. But, and this is a big but, it only works if it's 100% trustworthy.
And you can see that tension perfectly right here. You've got 74% of leaders saying, yes, we want AI for documentation, but look at this, 72%, almost the exact same number, say they will not buy it unless it has a clear audit trail. And that's not just some tech speak. It means they need to see exactly what the AI suggested, what the human doctor changed, and who put their name on the final record. It's all about accountability.
This brings us to another huge change in how people are thinking. The old way of doing things, install the software and walk away, that's completely dead. Now the NHS buys an AI tool with the full expectation that it needs to be managed and watched over for its entire life. And they're not just hoping for it, they're putting it in the contracts. Check this out. 64% of buyers are now demanding that the contract includes a commitment to ongoing monitoring. Why? To make sure the AI doesn't start getting things wrong over time, what they call performance drift. On top of that, 62% demand total control over updates, which includes the power to hit an undo button and roll back to a previous version if something goes wrong. Having control over the tool's whole life is not a nice-to-have anymore, it's a must.
So when you put all of this together, what do you get? What you're seeing is a total mindset shift across the entire health system. We're moving away from the obsession with quick, flashy pilots and moving toward building real, sustainable systems that are based on solid evidence and, frankly, are built to last.
And this comparison here just lays it all out. The old way, it was all about features, what the vendor promised, how cool the demo looked.
The new way, the standard for 2026 and beyond, it's all about the safety case, the hard evidence, the controls to manage it over its life cycle, and whether you can audit it right there in the workflow. It's a massive shift from sizzle to substance.
You know, when you zoom out, this isn't really just a story about the NHS. What we're seeing here is a preview of the future of AI in any high-stakes field. Think finance, energy, public infrastructure. The future isn't just about making AI more powerful, it's about making it more accountable. So, for any tech company out there building this stuff, the rules of the game have totally changed. You can't just show up with a mysterious black box and expect people to trust it. You have to come prepared. You need a safety pack ready to go. You need to prove people can audit your system. You have to commit, in writing, to monitoring it. You need to show that you have control over updates. And you have to give your customers the tools to check your work for themselves.
And all of this really leaves us with one big final question to think about. As these incredibly powerful AI tools get baked into the very core of our most critical systems, what's going to be the thing that actually defines success? Is it going to be how smart the AI is, or how well we can govern it? The way we answer that question, well, that could shape the entire future of AI's place in our world.